War 2 Poster Disasters and Spy Universe in Confusion. Before we talk about the biggest surprise cameo in War 2, let's first take a moment to talk about something that's been bothering everyone, the new poster of War 2. Before we dive into the big surprises the trailer might hold, let's honestly ask ourselves, does this new poster even remotely look like it belongs to the biggest pan-India action film of the year? It feels like YRF has no clue that we're living in 2025, not 2015. The poster design screams old school, uninspired, and lazy, as if we're stuck in the same spy universe mindset from a decade ago. A repeat offender. First poster's already disappointed. Let's rewind for a second. When the first batch of War 2 posters was released, fans were already upset. The visual tone was bland, outdated, and had no punch. But many fans held back their criticism, hoping that in round 2, the makers would deliver something jaw-dropping that shuts everyone up. But guess what? YRF doubled down on the same mistake. Once again, we got stuck with dull, lifeless, recycled visuals, as if they're not even listening to the audience anymore. And honestly, that's scary. It makes us wonder, is Ayan Mukherjee just being used as a decorative front while someone else is silently steering the ship from behind? The man who kickstarted the spy universe with Ek Tha Tiger back in 2012, has he returned, bringing with him the same old formula that no longer works? Ayan Mukherjee was the outdated spy universe. We all know Ayan Mukherjee is a visual visionary. His work in Brahmastra, despite its flaws, showcased imagination and scale rarely seen in Indian cinema. Even the concept art of Brahmastra, just the unfinished visuals, were 10 times better than any of the finalized posters we've seen for War 2 so far. Which begs the question, if Ayan is truly the man in charge of War 2, why does nothing in the promotional material reflect his creative genius? Has he been creatively sidelined? Or is the YRF system too rigid to allow a filmmaker like him to fully reimagine the spy universe? Compare War 2 posters with Ganguva Coolie Look Around. The pan-India competition is fierce. Take Ganguva starring Surya. The posters radiate intensity, mystery and grandeur. Or Coolie starring Ravi Teja. Even their promo posters look like they've been made with passion and purpose. Even supporting characters in these films get bold, edgy looks that are instantly memorable. And here we are, War 2, a film starring Hrithik Roshan and Jr. NTR, presented with visuals that look like cheap DVD covers from 2012. Amir Khan's reinvention in Coolie. Let's not forget, even Amir Khan, who's rumored to play a supporting role in Coolie, is being rebranded in a way that Bollywood has never dared to show him before. He's rugged, raw, mysterious, a complete makeover. That's how you build hype and mystique. And here's the cherry on top. Actress Pooja Hegde, who's doing just one song in that film, already has a Monica-style poster that outshines everything we've seen from War 2 so far. When side characters get better posters than the leads, that's a dangerous sign. When your side performers and rival movies outdo your main leads in marketing, something is clearly wrong. And this is why fans are starting to lose faith. Not because they don't love the spy universe, but because the makers don't seem to be evolving with the times. It's not 2012 anymore, it's 2025. And visual storytelling begins with impactful posters. The real problem, spy universe's broken backbone. Now let's talk about the real issue behind the scenes, the core narrative of the spy universe itself. Until now, the backbone of the YRF spy universe was the India-Pakistan conflict dynamic. These movies portrayed complex relationships between nations, mixing patriotism with human stories, sometimes even showing Pakistani characters in a balanced or positive light. But in today's geopolitical climate, that approach is no longer viable, which means the entire foundation of this cinematic universe is now in flux. Tiger vs. Pathan cancelled, Pathan 2 delayed. We already saw the first sign of this shift when news broke that Tiger vs. Pathan had been temporarily shelved, and that Pathan 2 is undergoing a major rewrite. Why? Because the original blueprint simply doesn't work anymore. The audience, the politics, the messaging, everything has changed. So now, YRF has no choice but to redesign the future of the spy universe from the ground up, and it starts with War 2. War 2, the new launchpad for the future. According to reports, War 2 is not just a sequel, it's a reboot disguised as a continuation. Inside this film, there are going to be not one or two, but six massive action sequences, each bigger and more stylish than anything we've seen before in this franchise. Among these set pieces, we're going to get the Ntr 5 Greece History Islands Budget Sunshine. Greece, the land where Western civilization took its first steps, where mythology dances with history, and the Aegean sparkles like a sapphire under the sun. But what might surprise you most is that this postcard perfect country is also a budget traveler's paradise. Begin your Greek odyssey in Athens, a city where ancient ruins whisper tales of gods and philosophers. While you might expect prices to be sky high around such famous landmarks, Athens remains relatively affordable. Local buses and metros are cheap and reliable. Entry fees to historic sites like the Acropolis are modest, and if you're a student or EU citizen, you may even get discounts or free access. Your next stop, the Greek islands, Santorini, Mykonos, Crete, or Naxos. And here's the insider tip: skip the ultra touristy ones and aim for lesser known gems like Paros or Ios. You'll find whitewashed buildings, hidden beaches, and charming tavernas, but at a fraction of the price. Ferries between islands are frequent and cheap, especially in shoulder seasons. Morocco, North Africa's colorful cultural gem. Cross the Mediterranean and enter a world painted in spices, textiles, and ancient traditions. Morocco is where the desert meets the sea and where affordability meets adventure. Start in Marrakesh, the city of storytellers and snake charmers. The Jama El Fana Square is alive with energy, music, food stalls, and the rhythmic call to prayer echoing across the rooftops. Budget riads, traditional Moroccan guest houses, offer a place to stay for under $20 a night, many with beautifully tiled courtyards and warm mint tea on arrival. Food here is not just a meal, it's a ceremony. You can enjoy tagine, couscous, or harira soup for just a few dollars at local eateries. And street food? Try makauda, fried potato balls, brochettes, or fresh squeezed orange juice for mere cents. 7. Guatemala, the land of eternal spring. Few places blend natural beauty, ancient history, and affordability quite like Guatemala. Located in Central America, this under the radar gem offers lush jungles, ancient Mayan ruins, and volcanic lakes, all on a shoestring budget. Begin in Antigua, a colonial town nestled between volcanoes. Cobbled streets, pastel buildings, and Spanish architecture will make you feel like you've stepped back in time. Budget hostels abound and hearty meals of pepian or tamales cost just a few dollars. But the real magic happens at Lake Atitlan, one of the most beautiful lakes in the world. Surrounded by volcanoes and indigenous villages like San Marcos and San Juan, the lake invites you to slow down, connect with locals, and discover Mayan traditions. Ferries between villages cost under $2 and local artisans sell textiles and crafts for next to nothing. Albania, Europe's secret paradise. You've heard of Italy, Greece, and Croatia, but Albania is the quiet, untapped beauty of the Balkans that's making waves among budget travelers. Begin your journey in Tirana, the capital city filled with colorful buildings, quirky cafes, and vibrant street art. Here, accommodations and meals cost far less than in neighboring European countries, yet the quality and hospitality remain top notch. And 9. Georgia, the Caucasus crown jewel. Nestled between Eastern Europe and Western Asia, Georgia is a land of dramatic mountains, warm-hearted locals, and some of the most affordable travel experiences in the world. Begin in Tbilisi, the capital city that feels like a blend of Paris, Istanbul, and Moscow, but with a distinct soul of its own. Here, old meets new, and budget-friendly guest houses sit beside chic cafes. A ride on the funicular, entry to sulfur baths, and a glass of traditional wine won't cost more than a few dollars each. 10. The Philippines, 7,000 budget-friendly islands. Last but not least, picture this: endless islands, white sand beaches, crystal clear lagoons, and a price tag that makes you do a double take. Welcome to the Philippines, where tropical dreams and budget travel unite. Start in Cebu or Manila, the primary hubs. Domestic flights are cheap, especially if booked early, and inter-island ferries make exploring multiple destinations easy. English is widely spoken, which removes language barriers and makes travel smoother. Filipino hospitality, known as Bayanihan, makes you feel welcomed like family. Traveling the world doesn't require a trust fund, it just takes curiosity, courage, and the right destinations. From the cobbled streets of Albania to the jungles of Guatemala, from the beaches of the Philippines to the mountains of Georgia, affordable adventure is out there. These destinations aren't just about saving money, they're about experiencing richness in culture, nature, and connection. So pack your bag, step out of your comfort zone. Because sometimes the most priceless moments are also the most affordable.